I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And this is SAOR. I'm just going to call them SAOR.
Yeah.
Which group is this?
This is for the EU. Apparently, well, Extreme Underground. Apparently this was... Oh, do they go by... Yeah, they go by XU. So this was XU's 2019 Artist of the Year.
According to Silver Kyrie. This is... Okay, so what is the XU? The XU, dear listener, is an alliance. So what happens is, Wonder Out the Gate gets you in at Patreon, and then you are able to form alliances around different genres. So there's a power metal genre, I think. There's a black metal genre. The EU is a extreme metal genre, and so apparently this group is a group that they have decided is their Artist of the Year. That's the thing about alliances, is that it's not only just about like pooling your points together to get a song done, but it's also about finding ways to communicate with each other as teammates, and also, you know, there's that relationship angle because you guys like the same types of music, and that obviously leads to other things, and so they have their own little thing going on that we know nothing about.
I know, that's what's always funny. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
And that's what happens when you join an alliance. So an alliance is a lot more than just getting a song done, you know, at this stage. I mean, this is part of it for sure, but there's other things as well. If you don't want to be part of an alliance and you don't care about community and you want your specific song done...
Why do you phrase it like that? It's just that they want to get a song done.
All you have to do is do the Filthy Capitalist option. 125 at the gate gets you to hop, skip, and jump in front of everyone, and then you can get your own song.
Shout out to all my friends.
All right, so let's do it. Forgotten Paths, let's go.
Here we go.
Jeez.
Wow, that was incredible. Incredible. The flute that was in there, and did they have the bagpipes in there?
Yeah, that was the end. That was the bagpipes.
Did you
got a little folky.
You remember that big Titanic song, the one that
my heart will go
Yeah.
on.
When it started in
I didn't see any correlation whatsoever. But the
right
bagpipes.
there, listen.
No, I hear you. I just think bagpipes have a very distinct sound, and that you're always gonna correlate it that way. Maybe it's the same chord progression on bagpipes. Maybe that's also very possible. Because there's some chord progressions on guitar that are always gonna sound good no matter what. So, Rain for Reza is pretty much all. So, God, man,
This was so freaking beautiful. First of all, did they pull the wool over? Was this 2 songs? Because it seemed like it stopped here, and then it went to another one.
No, because I'm on Genius.
Or did they repeat the vocals again?
I'm on Genius right now, and this record has 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
Which means that they're super long. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they already went through all those vocals, and then they went into more vocals, and I couldn't tell what song they were singing. I couldn't understand it, so I didn't know.
What's the name of the Forgotten Pass?
Yeah. Wow, what an incredible.
I think they're all 11. They're all 11 minutes long. Although they did it live at Metal Fest, and it's only 7 minutes long. So who knows? I don't care if they did. Good. I don't. If they pulled a fast one and made us listen to 2 songs in a row, I don't care.
Well, they needed to go together.
Yeah. Monad. So Monad would be the other one.
Yeah, but I don't know. It might not have been. Maybe that was just. It's also.
So Forgotten Past is 7 minutes. So then Monad would have had to be 4 minutes if you see what I'm saying. Let's see. No, it's 10 minutes long. So we're good.
So it was just. They must have repeated those lyrics then.
Yeah.
Wow. What? Whew. Wild cries the winter and we walk song haunted over the moors and by the thundering falls, or where the dirge of brave past is chaunted. How do you say it? Indolorous dust?
Indolorous dusks by immemorial walls. Good Lord, these guys can write.
Wow.
Though rains may thrash us, the great mist blind us, and lightning rend the pine tree on the hill, yet we are strong, yet shall the morning find us, children of the tempest, all unshaken still. Whoo! Whoa! Those lines were incredible. Incredible. Playing guitar in a band, and I've said, and I'm happy. I had a conversation with our drummer / producer / whatever, and I said I need to be the lowest talent in the band, which is fine. Like, playing guitar in the band, like, then when you listen to this stuff, it's even more inspiring because it makes you want to go, man, I want to write good music,
Yeah,
I want to write something that I would love like this, and like some of these ideas were like, oh my god, that's such a good idea, and things like that. It's like, I wish everybody could like be in a. I wish every metalhead could be in a band because it definitely changes. I'm amazed at how much more I appreciate music now. And I remember when we first started the channel, people were like, how come you never comment on the music? You always comment on the lyrics. And I'm like, because at the time I was a lyricist because I used to, I write, we used to write raps or whatever. Hip hop, English was my background. And, but doing music now, it's like, whoa. Like this is unbelievable. It's just a different degree of inspiration. I would encourage everybody, man, like get an instrument, like something. You know what I mean? And play, because it definitely makes you appreciate the music that much more.
Oh, for sure.
Like
for sure.
It's like, and your ear is more like a tune. It was funny because we were going over, something in the car yesterday while I was attempting to go over something for the song, and it was like, don't you hear? It goes high here and it goes low here, and to me, like, I heard it perfectly because I wrote it, obviously. So, but you were like, nah, I don't hear it, and it was like, I was like, this is so obvious. How are you not hearing it?
You were getting so annoyed.
Yeah, I was like, I said, all right, I'm done. So
I think in the past I would have got super offended by that, but I'm like, what the, you know, like, I can't hear it. I don't know what you want me to do. You want to fake it? I can't fake it, so I don't hear it.
I pinged Peter, and I'm like, yo,
This broad can't hear it.
no, like I messaged him. I'm like, hey, do we have this certain type of thing? And he goes, yes, we do. So I'm like, okay, excellent. All right, so I love listening to that stuff because I'm like blown away. I'm gonna tell Peter, I'm gonna shoot a video for you.
Now you're all
Well, the music is just so inspiring. I'm
yeah.
very, very, very inspired right now. I just wish I could go down to the basement and just lock up and have my guitar. And
but alas, you can't. We have to do reviews right now.
Which is probably what I'm going to do after I finish this review. But yeah, I cannot say enough about this song. The other thing about it is like, one of the hardest things about songwriting to me is like, how many times do I want to go over this particular segment? Like 4/4, we're going to do 2 rounds of it, 3 rounds of it, 4 rounds of it. And it's like, you know, then there was one, I'm like, this is really just 3 rounds. And I'm like, well, no, because if we add the arpeggiated version, that would still be 4. It would be 4 rounds of 4/4. But it's just like, they allowed themselves, they're like, look, this is going to be an 11-minute song. This is going to be an 11-minute song, and we're going to do what we're going to do. And speaking of which, I need to buy another pedal.
So freaking beautiful. I seriously think that just the way that the song went, it's such a contrast between like the beautiful sound of the instruments and then his vocal style. But yes. I can see why this one was voted.
And they made really interesting choices with the blast beats and things like that. Like, I'm not even touching the lyrics right now on the music. This is so funny. They made really interesting choices with the blast beats. Like, they had a blast beat in certain areas where it's like, you wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, there's going to be a blast beat there. Like, you know, I wrote something and then our drummer was like, oh yeah, this is like begging for a blast beat. And then, you know, I completely threw it away. And now we have this other thing. But yeah, I'm blown away by this band, man, because these guys are like, they're on another level as far as like ideas and arrangements, because that's the other thing, is it's not just about a good riff here and there. It's not about a good lick here and there. It's not even about a good melody here and there. It's about how those things interconnect, interlock, bleed, melt into each other. How similar they sound, but how different they sound. I mean, that is a whole different level of talent that most of us do not have. But lyrically, wow, and I feel like, have we done this band before?
I don't
I feel like we have, I'm not sure. Wild cries the winter and we walk song haunted. Man. I mean, right there, the first line.
Song haunted.
Song haunted. Like, what the hell? That actually made me think of, there was one particular fall in Maine that was a very important time for me. And there was, you know, we were right by Bates College, and there was all these leaves on the ground, like with Bates in the fall. Like, there's about a 2-week period where Bates College, when all the leaves are, it's insane. It's like from a postcard.
Yeah.
And so it made me think of that. And then obviously the middle, especially when it talks about children of the tempest, unshaken still or whatever, because I was looking at the lyrics and all that. And that middle,
Wild cries the winter. I liked that part.
That middle reminded me of the big homie Lee Band. Shout out to Lee Band, rest in peace, my brother. But it was a celebratory type of thing, though, even though it was in, you know, minor keys and all that. But it was, you know, I was just thanking God for, because anytime you lose somebody, you can either be upset that God took them, or you can be thankful that God gave them. And so I was just, you know, I just took a moment to thank God for Lee Band and the time that He allowed me to have with him, and you know. So that line was that middle was a pretty was a pretty spiritual line. And I don't know, I feel like these guys, there is a sort of spirituality here. Obviously, you know, whether or not you talk about it, but again, this is nature.
You can feel it, yeah.
This is nature, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if, I look at some of these, like this, so this is them live, and you could just tell, man, that they're I don't know, just the whole vibe of these dudes. You know, I was trying to like find a video that had a live thing, and there's a girl in the band too, I think. Because there she is right there. Yeah. Well, you heard her toward the end of the song, but anyway, like these guys are an unbelievable
It came
band.
together so well.
Hey, look at that.
So beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah, the arrangement was
like
insane.
Sometimes stuff kind of seems disjointed, but it just flowed and it just had like this graceful dance to the music, and I thought that it was just absolutely incredible. Wow. And I can totally see why it's their one of the year.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Though rains may thrash on us, the great mist blind us, and lightning rend the pine tree on the hill. Yet we are strong, yet shall the morning find us, children of the tempest, all unshaken still. I mean, if that doesn't inspire, and I think that's the reason why, even though the middle, like I said, because I had like gone ahead a little bit in reading the lyrics, even though the middle was in the minor key and it was, you know, depressing, sad, melancholy, whatever you want to talk about it, it was contrasted with this sort of triumphalistic sort of view. And so it was very helpful to me when I was, you know, because when Lee Band came to mind, you know, like it was just a cool moment.
Yeah.
Like that you're gonna be able to overcome the whatever the issue is, that, you know, because obviously, you know, these guys are talking about nature, so it may be very literal, but obviously there's also a metaphorical idea of, you know, hey, in the real world, this is gonna happen. You're gonna get thrashed by the rain, lightning's gonna strike trees, crazy shit's gonna happen, scary shit's gonna happen, inconvenient shit's gonna happen, but you're gonna be standing at the end of it. And I think that's a very, very powerful message, especially in a time like this, man. Like, this is probably one of the most inspired, this is probably the most inspired stanza I've ever seen in the year 2020. And the year 2020 has been a fucking nightmare. It's been a nightmare.
I think we can all agree with that.
Personally, politically, nationally, it's been a nightmare. And so, something that is this inspiring, it's crazy. I said this yesterday, like, it's so crazy to me that, like, bands like this are around, and I would not have known
I know
about them.
I would have never clicked on this song.
Well, A, if it wasn't for the channel, and then B, if it wasn't for the alliances. Because even if we did this channel,
it would never
considering
come up.
our size, it would never ever come up.
Nope.
It wouldn't come up. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm so grateful to, you know, the channel, as well as
see, for me, it's like okay, yeah, I would never have clicked on the song. It would have never come up in my suggested, because there's a certain style of music that I listen to, and I don't really jump outside of that, except for when I'm on the channel. And so then the channel brings certain songs to me where I'll listen to it, you know what I mean? Like, I'll listen to it more because I heard it on the channel, and I'll be like, oh, I like that,
Correct.
but I would have never found that to begin with.
And it's really interesting too. Like, sometimes I'll listen to a song to connect with the group of people that did the song, which is very strange.
What?
But I'm like, for example, if I know there's a particular song that Zonia really liked, or that Zonia was about, like, I'll just listen to that song, and it's kind of like she's there. It's a very strange thing. But so that's another like kind of weird effect that doing the channel does. But man, this was what do you get this one?
Oh, it's a 10.
This is an 11 for me.
Oh, I'll go to an 11.
So 11 means it's necessary and you must, as a human being, hear it.
Yep.
10 means you put it in a time capsule for the generations to come, because it's like, hey. But an 11 is, this is required listening. Like, this is music I would give to my kid. If I hope one of these days, one of these kids. Yeah, I think Orion is into metal.
He really is.
Yeah, we've got a page where we throw out our song ideas to the band and stuff, and like there's this one particular one where I'm playing the something or whatever, and Orion, he'll take it and then he'll start bobbing when like the heavy parts come in. He'll start bobbing, and then when the slowdown happens, and then when it goes up again, he'll start bobbing.
And he likes all different types of music, it seems like.
Yeah.
But like metal, really like.
Yeah.
He always will stop what he's doing and start.
Yeah, in rhythm. Yeah, and he likes seeing me like play and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, but yeah, this is something like when you sit down to your kids, it's one of those things like having an extended like family worship time and being like, all right, when the Bible talks about you're having trouble and all that. This song actually reminded me, the whole like, though the fig tree doesn't blossom and the sheep aren't in the pen, blah 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 blah, but I'll still trust in God type of thing. It was like that type of like feeling. So like I do a Bible study on Habakkuk 3 and then like, all right guys, listen to this song because this song encapsulates everything that I just talked about for the last half an hour. Like it's unbelievable.
When he says children of tempest, all unshaken still, like I liked it because it was like all of them, well they obviously were shaken, you know what I mean? But like in the end they're unshaken.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like, like God will do that with people.
Yeah.
You'll be like, yo, I read that story though. Like God will say something like really positive about somebody, like who they were as a person.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, yeah, but the story doesn't like line up with that. Really like Sarah, what it says about her in the New Testament, and then what I read in the Old Testament. So it's just interesting, but like that's how it is. Like God sees us in a very positive way, where He would say, "Oh, they were all unshaken," even though we're like, "God, I'm never gonna make it."
Yeah. But I love the children of the tempest line too, because what is it?
Yeah.
Man is destined for trouble as the sparks fly upward. It says in Job. If you're born in this world, man, you're a child of the tempest. Like you're a child of the storm. You gotta.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, especially in 2020, man. Like, and it's a weird thing. People are like, yo, we just got to make it out of 2020, and like part of me is like time is this weird construction. Like really, like everything's gonna start looking up in 2021, but. Just very weird shit has been happening in 2020.
It has been a really weird year.
Like, if I woke up and they said, yo, Godzilla just destroyed New York, I'd be like, yeah, I mean,
Probably
sounds about
happened.
right. That shit probably happened. Like...
How big was he, though?
Like, nothing can surprise me right
Yeah.
now.
Agreed.
Then you'd have people saying, people are trying to restrict my freedom of movement, telling me I can't go to New York just because Godzilla's there killing a bunch of folks. I'm like spinning out here. I just pretty much don't want the review to end because
You liked it.
I liked it so much. Such a
Well,
good
if you
song.
end it, you can go either practice or listen to it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shower and listen to it again, and then after I get my my joints warmed up, I'm going to practice.
Good, I have to go to
Practicing
the
my-
health food store.
Practicing my major scale last night, this morning, whatever. Yeah, love the song. It's an 11. It's a must listen. You're not a legitimate human being if you don't listen to this song. So be a legitimate human being and listen to this song. Okay, it's an 11. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.